Hey everyone, welcome back to the SoCal Family Magic Podcast. Today we're going to be talking about how to maximize your day at Disney. If you have only one park and one day, we're going to give you everything you need to know to make sure you're maximizing your bang for your buck. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and let's jump in. So we only have one day, one park. What is the first decision you need to do?
The first decision you have to make is just going with you in the morning for the road trip because not everybody is equipped to wake up that early.
Yeah, rope drop is 8 a.m.,
Yeah,
but
but that means you have to be there before
you
8 a.m.
definitely you need to be in the line to enter a park, and we're going to get to which park in a second, but you need
Uh-huh.
to be in line to enter a park no later than 7 a.m.
Whew. That means you have to wake up like at 6 a.m. to get yourself ready.
Right, so you need to essentially enter the Disneyland resort around 6 a.m., which happens to be when they open the parking structure.
Is that when
Because
security comes in too?
I don't know about security, but there is usually a line to get into the parking structure. So they'll let you can get there before 6 a.m., but
Uh-huh.
they won't open the booths at the tolls until a specific time. And then everything else kind
Well,
of
because
goes
then you
through.
have to accommodate for the fact that you're gonna go through the booths, right? To park your car, find a spot, then get yourself down to security to do the whole check in, make sure they go through your bags, and depending on
Yeah,
how many items you bring. So,
but all that is happening before. Just make sure you take care of all that. Give yourself an hour to get from the moment you enter the property of Disney to the point where you get to the gate. Just give yourself an hour.
what time do you need to get to the gate?
I already told you 7.
7. Okay.
No later than 7. That's if you want a rope drop. But before you even pick the gate, you got to know which gate you're going to go to.
Which part?
Yeah, it's very critical. Are you going to spend a day at Disney, or are you? Let me rephrase. Are you going to spend Are you going to spend a day at Disneyland, or are you going to spend a day in California Adventure? Because both parks are fundamentally very different.
Yes, they are. But do they have the same time of road drop?
The parks both open at the exact same time. They close at different times.
Mm.
Okay, so let's assume though we're going to go to Disneyland. Most folks, when they come out of town, they're gonna go to Disneyland. That's usually the park that's most nostalgic. It's the
Yes.
park that I think still to this day provides you the best bang for your buck. And when you are thinking and talking about Disney, most people are still thinking about Disneyland. So for the rest of this episode, we're going to assume we have a 1 day ticket just for Disneyland.
Okay, let me give them my feedback. As a mom with kids, right? Depending on the age of your children, I suggest you keep leave an adult at the hotel with your children if you want to do a road trip without chaos and have kids be well rested for the rest of the day.
That yeah, so you rope dropping from 8, right? So most Disney parks are open from 8 to 10 p.m.
Uh-huh.
and or in the summer it can go to 11 to midnight. So part of maximizing your value is you need to mentally be prepared. Well, I would say mentally and physically
Physically.
be prepared to be there from 7 a.m. from the moment you're at the gate, because they do
Uh-huh.
let people in around 7:30. You got to make your way down Main Street, and it's not until 8 a.m. on the dot that around the castle, right before you go to the different lands, that they allow the drop of the rope,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you got to plan before. So you're really doing the day from 7 a.m. And then you got to figure out how far into the day are you going to go, right? Are you going to 8
Mm-hmm.
p.m.? Are you going to 10 p.m., right? Because that's going to affect a lot of stuff. So, yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
from a family perspective, maybe think about the rest of your family.
Yes, don't be like Alex. Yeah, if you have little ones, uh, leave them at the hotel, let them rest with somebody, obviously with an adult, and let them rest, and then let the adult bring them by later once you yourself have enjoyed the whole road dropping and the whole running around to get to that first
Yeah.
ride.
Because that's another interesting point that we haven't talked about. During rope drop, it's like Black Friday shopping,
Yes.
right? There is
So
madness.
I don't suggest bringing little ones to that because
Yeah,
people
especially if you have
are people go
strollers.
crazy.
Yeah, if you have strollers, the amount of people that are walking, running to Galaxy's Edge,
They do,
right?
yeah, Galaxy's Edge is a very
Space
popular
Mountains,
Space Mountain.
Mickey Minnie's Runaway Railroad, right? People are just running.
Yeah.
There's a lot of movement.
Uh huh.
There's a big, huge crowd because everybody got cramped up, right? Everybody, Main Street starts to back up, right?
Uh
Because
huh.
again, they let you in around 7:30, and so in that 30-minute block, like people that make it to the front, yay, kudos for them. But everybody else is backing up, and then eventually that's a whole army of people that are
Yeah.
dispersing into the lands.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a dangerous spot for little ones.
Yeah,
Definitely.
so definitely be cautious of that, and then definitely wear something that's going to let you be agile, because you got to move quick,
You do.
more quick than most times at Disney. Okay, next up. So that's rope drop, right? You obviously want to rope drop if you want to maximize your day. If you want to make sure you're taking advantage of, again, these very expensive daily price tickets, and you only have one day to explore the entire park, you are going to want to rope drop. That's the way you're going to maximize your probability that you'll be able to do as much of the park in a single day. Because if you come in at 8 a.m., even if you get there at 8 a.m.,
Mm-hmm.
right? If you're parking at 8 a.m., you are in
Oh,
trouble.
yes.
That is not good at all.
Yeah,
right?
you won't make it till like 10.
9:30. Yeah, it'll take you like an hour and a half solid, right?
Yeah.
Just even there's a line out in the street to get to the parking structure at 8
And then
a.m.
the security lines.
And then the security lines, and then you're
And
waiting
then
for
the
trams,
tram lines.
and then you got to wait for the line to enter the park, and then you got to make it that walk from the front gate to the castle is it's an excursion. It's not like a 2-minute walk.
Yep.
It takes you a minute.
Yeah.
So yeah, you gotta pace yourself, right? So you gotta assume these things. So yeah, if you're not there at 8 a.m. and you're showing up anytime after 8 a.m., I would argue anytime between 8 and 10 a.m., you're asking for some trouble.
Yes.
You're gonna miss out on a lot. Okay, so assuming though we did rope drop and we are ready to go,
Uh-huh.
first thing you should do is everybody goes to Galaxy's Edge. So I would
That is
recommend you
true.
do not do that.
Yeah.
It depends. It depends on what your objective is, right?
Yeah, if your objective is to
Yeah.
do this Galaxy Edge,
Then do that first.
the Star Wars land, then do that first.
If your objective is to get as many rides in as you can in the day, then do the opposite, because everybody's going to Galaxy's Edge. So this is a great time to go do all of Fantasyland, because everybody's beelining to Peter Pan.
Yeah.
So I would avoid Peter Pan, I would avoid Space Mountain, and I would avoid Rise of the Resistance. Those 3 rides out of the gate.
And I guess on that note, right, if you do have little ones that you did left at the hotel with an adult, right, do the rides that you know your little ones are not going to do,
like Space Mountain, Galaxy's Edge.
because you don't want to be wasting time doing the rides that they will do while
They're not there.
they're not there.
Yeah.
So do the ones that you know they will not do.
Yes. So again, if your objective is to maximize how many rides you can do, go do the least popular ones. Star Wars,
Tours, right?
Star Tour is going to be a walk on. Autopia is going to be a walk on.
Mhm.
Everything except
think-
Peter Pan is going to be a walk on.
There's some that do not open at 8 though, right? Which is do not open at 8. There's a few. Or do they all open at 8?
They're all open when the park
Okay.
opens, unless there's maintenance or.
Oh,
They haven't
I
tested
guess
or
I guess
anything.
some of them close earlier. That's a
Yeah.
different story.
We'll get to we haven't gotten to the end of the day yet. So yeah, maximize by doing as many of those smaller, less premier rides, because you're gonna wait. Like the guarantee of the walk-ons on Galaxy's Edge, right? Specifically, Rise of the Resistance, Space Mountain, and even Peter Pan. Like you're always gonna be waiting for those rides, even if you rope drop. Like within the unless you're the first front row of that rope drop, you're still gonna wait.
Oh, not really, because unless somebody beats you while walking,
Yeah, people are
it's
running.
Hunger Games
Yes,
there.
people are running. The other thing is, if you know for sure that you're only gonna come for one day, right? Like let's say you're an out of towner, maybe you're coming from really, really far, and you know you're not gonna come back to Disney in a very, very long time, because that's not usually the case, right? Most people buy a 2-3 day pass, so but they're only gonna spend one day, right?
All right.
And then they'll go to DCA, and then maybe they come back to Disneyland, but they know they're gonna come back. But if that's not you, right, which is not what we're targeting, if assuming this is it, you're one and done, I would then and only then recommend you get Genie Plus, because that is then going to significantly increase the probability that you'll be able to do all the major rides.
And what is Disney Plus?
Well, Disney Plus is a streaming service. Genie Plus.
Sorry, Genie Plus, for those who do not know.
Genie Plus is a add-on. It's usually $36 to $40 to $45. It depends on the day that you go. Check the Disney app; it'll tell you. And it allows you to basically queue up a ride so that you can say, I want to do, I don't know, what's a good one here? Millennium Falcon, right? The Falcon Run, right? you can say if I get to the park at 8, I can go do a get Genie Plus for 8:30. And so at
Mm-hmm.
8:30, I just show up and then I'll go through the non-poverty lane. You'll go through the lightning lane and you basically get to the front of the line.
Okay.
And so you're gonna want to do that for pretty much any ride that has it available. So Tiana's Adventure, um, the Smuggler's Run,
Mm-hmm.
Space Mountain, Indiana Jones. Who else is doing these? Haunted Mansion, I think, has it. Right,
Mm-hmm.
Big Thunder has it. Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railroad has it.
They do.
I think Autopia has it.
Autopia does have it.
Autopia has it. Astro Blasters has it. I do believe Matterhorn has it as well. And those are the big ones, right? Those are like the 10 big ones. The ones that also has it but doesn't, that I didn't intentionally include in my list, is going to be Rise of the Resistance, because that is an extra like $20 fee on top of your $40 fee if you
Really?
want to do it. Yeah.
Oh my.
So if you're wanting to make sure you want to do Galaxy or Rise of the Resistance, then you have to be road dropping at 8 so that you can get to it first. And more importantly, if you are going to rope drop, and we might do a separate episode for this, but if you're going to rope drop for Rise of the Resistance specifically, do not go the ways of Adventureland. You want to go through the castle, hook a left, go behind Big Thunder Mountain, because the line, what ends up happening is if you do go through Adventureland, not only are you going around the whole thing, but the queue is in the dead smack center of the park.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, you got to go past all the line to come back. But because of the rope drop, everybody starts lining away towards Fantasyland. So you're better off coming in through Fantasyland, because then you're going to meet the line easier.
Yeah.
Because if you're coming in this way, you're going to have to walk past all the people that came in from Fantasyland and then you turn it.
So
you
again,
don't want to do that.
pro tip on this: make sure you memorize that map before you get there.
Yeah, make sure you
Make
know
sure
where all
you
the
know.
line entries
Make
are.
sure you know which way everything is, and it's not very complicated once you figure it out.
Yeah.
But memorize that map, because if you want to make sure you get to where you need to get, the map is gonna be like embedded in your brain.
Right. But the Genie Plus, again, is going to help. And I would only do Genie Plus if you're not coming back ever again. You literally have only one day and you won't be back for like 10 years, because it's worth it at that point. Those extra $40 is going to get you on every major ride. And then you're going to have time to sit there for an hour and a half for Rise of the Resistance if you didn't rope drop it at the beginning. So that way you don't have to spend the extra $20. But Genie Plus should let you get through every ride. But I do want to caution you, because the way Genie Plus works, and this is especially true if you show up later, right? If you show up later in the day, then Genie Plus is not that big of a value, because every ride has like an X number of lightning lanes available per ride. So let's just say like there's like 10,000 for the day, right? I don't know what the actual number is, but there's like a set number. And so as every person is booking, the 8 to 8:30 goes away, the 8:30 to 9 goes away, the 9:30 to 10 goes away. And eventually you circle back around and you're talking about the 11:30 p.m. to midnight. And then by then it's
There's no point, right?
Well, once you get to, well, maybe, but once they get to the midnight one, you're done. There's no more lightning lanes.
Yeah.
So big popular rides like Rise of the Resistance, even though it's an extra $20, people will pay. And so by like 3:00 in the afternoon, you can't get lightning lanes for it anymore. Even though you paid the extra money for Genie Plus. So you want to be very careful that you're strategically using Genie Plus early in the day, right? You want to be there early, because anything beyond like lunchtime, you're starting to risk not being able to secure lightning lanes for like Indiana Jones, Space Mountain. Like those are going to fill up very quickly. In the summer, Tiana's Adventure, right? That thing's gone by like 9 a.m. All lightning lanes for Tiana's Adventure is gone by like 9 a.m. I guarantee you.
Yep.
So yeah, again, it makes sense if you're there early. You really got to be there early, because any delay is just going to kill you.
So don't pay extra unless you're going to wake up early.
Yeah. Okay. So at Disneyland, if you're not going to do Genie Plus, because it's an extra $40, and you're not going to rope drop Rise of the Resistance, then go hit Indiana Jones, go hit Space Mountain, and go hit Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railroad. I think those would be the 3 rides in the park that I think are worth it. Those are the big ones. Those are the ones that are going to have the longest lines throughout the entire day.
Yeah.
And in the morning, they're going to have the least amount of people.
True.
So this is a general rule of thumb. In the morning, right, between that 8 a.m. and that 10:30, that is when the park's going to be the most empty, because people are slowly trickling in. People are getting distracted by what's on Main Street. right? There's shows that they're doing. They do things on Main Street in the morning, right? There's a salute. There's a whole bunch of stuff that distracts you along the way. There's the buses and the little cart that drives you around so people can wait
Mm-hmm.
in line. So people take their time to get in through to the park, right? So that 8 to 10:30, 11 o'clock is going to be your maximum window of opportunity those first 3 hours. After 11 o'clock, it's game over. If you're there any day of the week after 3:30 p.m., once people locally get out of work, it's really game over until at least 9 p.m.
Yeah, after 9 p.m. is like the best time to do
Yeah.
whatever's open though, because I don't know. There's some
Only
of
Toontown closes.
only two.
Only
Okay,
Toontown closes.
so
So from 9 p.m. to midnight is going to be your next burst of opportunity,
yeah,
right? So if
very
you're,
good
yeah, so
opportunities.
again, if you're there only for one day, take a break. Take a break between 3 p.m. and 7 p.m., right? Go
Yeah,
rest
go
up,
rest
go
up.
sit down on a bench, do some people watching. That's the time to eat your lunch. That's the time to go get snacks.
Get lunch at
You
three.
don't want to, you anytime. This is a problem I have when I go with people to
Oh,
Disneyland, right? People get hungry. I'm like, you can't be eating and riding rides. Like
well, I
it
guess
doesn't
you
compute.
have to take mini snacks so
Take
you
yeah,
can survive till 3.
take a backpack
Especially
full of
with
snacks.
kids, you
Yeah,
can't. It's hard for little kids to
but
stay hungry.
sitting down for a lunch is going to be like an hour to an hour and a half affair, and that's
Yes.
an hour and a half that you're not doing
Oh
right. So again,
yes, because you have to wait and you have to purchase through the mobile app or wait in
right.
line.
So yeah, so
And
I
it's
would
just chaotic.
recommend
Yeah.
this is that period of like 3 o'clock to at least 7 p.m. Once people start coming in, that's your opportunity to go watch some shows, watch the parade, have whatever snacks you want to eat. Don't do shopping yet.
No.
I would
Do
not
not
do shopping
do
at
not
all.
carry items around that
Yeah.
you don't need to carry.
Although
I heard that they do hold them for you though, but I
I've
don't know how that
I've
works.
heard that they do hold, and then I think if you're fancy and you stayed at the Disneyland hotel, I think they'll ship it back to your room.
Oh,
But
okay, but I don't know.
we're too poor for that. We don't know. Subscribe, so maybe we find out one day. All right, but yeah, sit down and relax because that 9 to 12 a.m., right, is going to be that window of opportunity where you're going to be able to do as many rides and as much in the park as possible in those last 3 hours than you probably did the entire day.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody, and I mean everybody, goes home at 9:30 when the fireworks are over.
That's true. We did meet a couple that were telling us about it.
Yeah.
That they they got there early in the morning, but did the most rides in the evening.
Yep. Yeah, because again, everybody just leaves.
Yeah, we've never tried it because
We
we
always fall asleep.
we're, we're we can't hold that long.
Yeah. Now, another tip, and this is, I think, a rookie mistake. Go with a plan, right? Come into the
Mm,
park with a plan because what a lot of people do is they'll go to Haunted Mansion and then
and jump.
they'll go to Autopia,
There's different
then
lands going
then they'll
around.
go to Big Thunder
Yeah.
Mountain, and then they're gonna come back and do Peter Pan, and then from Peter Pan they're gonna go do Winnie the Pooh, and then from Winnie the Pooh they're coming all the way back over to Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railroad. From there, they're shooting over to Jungle Cruise, and
Well,
you're crisscrossing the entirety of the park.
yeah.
That is precious moments wasted. Pick a corner and follow the circle. Pick the lands, do the entire land, and just find a clockwork path that works for you. Because any hopping around, and this is why I don't like Genie Plus too, though,
Oh, because it
because
makes you do
it
that.
makes you kind of run around,
Mm,
right? They've done the math, and people with Genie Plus tend to do more hopping because what they'll do is they'll get a Tiana's Adventure and then do Space Mountain and then go, oh crap,
mm.
we gotta run across. And so yeah,
uh,
so
well, you'll definitely get your steps in for
you will
sure.
definitely be getting your steps in, but it's very an inefficient use of your time when you're crisscrossing across the entirety of the park because even though Disneyland is very very small compared to like Disney World, you're
Hmm.
still walking a lot, right? It's still like if you're from end to end of the park, you're still gonna knock out a solid 2,000 steps, I
Yeah.
think, just to get across. Okay. Dinner, again, this is that 7 to 9 p.m. If you're not going to see, so here's my thought on shows and fireworks. They're cool, but I don't think they're worth it.
No, unless you're like right at the front.
But to be right at the front, you needed to invest like an hour or two or three to just
three
sit there.
3 hours.
Yeah, we've personally have sat there for
Or
3 hours
3 hours to
just
sit right
waiting.
at the
Yeah.
front of a parade.
So
You literally You literally have to have a designated person that sits there for 3 hours, saving all your spots.
Yeah, so it gets tricky.
Yeah.
I think that if you come to the park, and this is what we've done, right? You need to either prioritize the park rides or
Mm.
you need to prioritize the park shows
Yes. You
because
choose one or the
you're not
other.
gonna be able to like yeah in the day you're gonna be able to do stuff, but in the evening, especially around 5 p.m. and forward, like from 5 to 9:30 p.m., there's a lot happening. You got Phantasmic, you got the Main Street Parade, you got a bunch of stuff happening just all
Mm-hmm.
over the park, right? And then obviously you got the fireworks at the end. And so all of those require at least 2 to 3 hours of just waiting,
They do.
right? Before, unless you don't care to get a good spot or to be able to see the show. At which point, then
But at that point, you shouldn't even do the show because
right,
you don't get to see anything other than people's heads.
yeah. Super pro tip: if you want to ride Pirates of the Caribbean, best time to do it is during Fantasmic. That's when the line is
Oh,
the
that is
shortest.
true.
Super duper pro tip: if you want to do Smuggler's Run, best time to do that one is to do it during the lightsaber show.
Mm.
And then super duper duper pro tip: if Rise of the Resistance breaks down, which it does frequently,
Mm-hmm.
loiter around Rise of the Resistance because once the cast members start to form in front of the door, then it's going to be time that they're going to reopen it. And if you catch it at the right time, that 30-minute wait can become a 5-minute wait. It can become a walk on
Yeah.
if you loiter and you hang out right when they reopen the
Because
ride.
it usually takes them about like 20 minutes to restart the ride, from
Yeah.
what we've noticed.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, so at this point, we've made it to the end of the day. It's almost midnight. You are tired. It's been a 14, 15, 16-hour day. I don't know how to do public math.
Everybody wants to go home. Everybody's crying.
Yeah, you've been at the park for like
Been there.
a lot of hours, at least 15, yeah, 16, 17 hours, right? You've been at the park. You probably clocked in a good 15,000 steps as well at this point. Now you can go shopping before you leave because Disney is going to maintain Main Street open for your shopping convenience for an extra hour after the rides close at midnight. So use that last hour to then do the shopping.
Yeah.
Then go do all the shopping you want to do, at least within Main Street, because it's going to be the time that you now have available to yourself to go and not carry all these things throughout the day because all that extra weight is just things that are going to slow you down throughout the day. They're just going to make you more tired. So just
Mm-hmm.
wait to the end, do the last thing, and yeah. And depending on the ride, because we learned this the hard way, if you're in line for like Space Mountain at midnight, like at 11:59, you will ride the ride. They won't kick you out of the ride. They will close the ride,
Mm.
but you'll still get to do it. Except when they close Toontown at 8 p.m. for the fireworks,
Oh,
they
that
will
is. Yeah.
they will U-turn that entire line and tell
Yep.
everybody to walk out
They'll
backwards.
tell you. What did they said?
Turn around and go out.
No, so they said turn around and
Exit.
go walk the way you came in,
Yeah.
or
So,
something like that.
but
I can't
that's
remember.
only Toontown rides of all the years that I've gone to Disneyland. That's the only place that I've ever gotten kicked out of a ride, even though you're in the line.
Yeah, we thought it was broken, but it wasn't. It
Yeah,
was
it's
because they
not.
were closing
Yep.
down for the.
So keep
Yeah.
do Toontown early.
Yeah.
Do it early, but avoid the middle of the day because all the kids are there. So you want to do it in the evening or early, but just kind of see where
Well, I mean,
things
unless
are.
you have little kids who want to be there.
Yeah. Well,
If you have a designated person that can watch your children when you have fun, that'll be
and
good. Because Toontown is a great place for little
yeah,
kids.
it is. There's a lot
The
of
great. They have a lot of interactive things for them.
yeah, there's a lot to do, but that's essentially how you can maximize your 15-hour day at Disney. You're gonna want to build a break though, because it's gonna get a little
Hmm.
too exhausting, a little too tiring if you aren't careful.
Oh, and don't forget to bring water.
Oh yeah,
You need water.
bring
There's.
bring a water bottle.
Hmm.
They are water bottle refilling stations throughout the parks.
Yeah. Bring a
Uh,
reusable
yeah,
water.
and bring snacks. I think a lot of people have the misconception that you can't bring snacks.
You can.
Like
They
people
don't
bring
ask you
in, yeah,
anything.
people bring in an entire pizza that fit in a
And
Ziploc
they
bag. I've
do.
seen that. So
Yeah.
feel free to bring food, snacks, whatever you want to do. There is a dedicated snack area. Obviously, you can't heat things, so obviously don't bring things that are perishable or that are going to go bad. But
Hmm.
yeah, you can bring all. I filled my backpack with just chips and drinks and things for the kids, and that's totally not
We've
a
done
problem.
PB and J's and stuff like that.
Yeah, but other than that, have fun. I would say it's really easy to get caught up in the fact that you're only going once and you want to go. But the beauty and the magic of Disney is also in the experience of just being there. And so,
Mm-hmm.
even though you're gonna be there and it's short time limited, have a list of what you want to hit. Get that out of the way early on in the morning because it's very, very possible. We've done it, right? We had a
Mm-hmm.
rainy day that we went to, and we probably did 8 rides in the first 2 hours.
Yeah, it wasn't like rainy.
No, I mean, it only rained the first 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm. I ran like the first 10 minutes, and
But we were able to knock out Big Thunder Mountain. We were able to knock out Pirates of the Caribbean, Haunted Mansion, Winnie the Pooh, Rise of the Resistance. um, yeah, so we did like the major rides all within the first like 2 hours of the park opening.
mm-hmm.
And so definitely just get there early, right? If you're gonna maximize this, get there early when you have the most amount of energy. Avoid the Starbucks in downtown Disney, even though I think they're on strike right now. It's closed. But like get your coffee at 5 o'clock in the morning. Like go do your coffee stuff before you even get to the park because when you get to the park, it's just time that you're wasting in line because everybody needs their coffee and they're all thinking about getting coffee. You're not the only one. And that's just that another 30 to 45 minutes of just waiting for coffee.
Just lines and lines and lines.
Yeah, so get ready for the lines. Pack light if you can, right? The security guards are going to be, they're very extensive in their searches. They go through everything. Like they will take things out of your bag and that again just delays. So when you're picking the line, try to find people that have no strollers, try to find people that have the least amount of big backpacks,
But if
right?
they have strollers, honey, how can they?
If you have a stroller, then help the people behind you by packing light,
Or just
right?
have everything ready to go. They ask you to open every
Every
pocket,
pocket, yeah.
so make sure you have
So
everything ready to
just
go.
have it open and leave the pew pews at home. Like people, I think just recently tried to take a pew pew through.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they forgot they had one.
Oh no.
So obviously leave all that stuff behind. Just it just makes the whole
No,
process
or no
faster.
glass bottles either.
Yeah, no glass bottles. Although you can bring your like your stainless steel ones.
Stainless steel, yes, but
Yeah,
not
yeah,
glass.
no glass.
What else do they
I
tell
mean,
us usually?
yeah, I mean, and just like
Oh, for people who like doing content, they don't like
the selfie sticks.
the
Don't bring
selfie
selfie
sticks. Yeah,
sticks.
don't bring
You can
those.
have you can have like a phone holder, but you can't have a selfie stick. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, drop a like if you enjoyed this episode, and we're gonna come back with another episode telling you what to do at Disney's California Adventures. So if you're into that, make sure you hit that subscribe button and drop a like.